Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Alfredo. It's been quite some time since I last posted a video. As you know, 2020 was quite the year. It was a year of a lot of chaos, a lot of loss. It was a year that really challenged every single one of us in many aspects of our life, especially depending on the type of field of work that you have. As a healthcare worker, I was blessed with obviously never having to fear losing my job, unlike other people, unfortunately, that have struggled a lot this year due to the closing of practically the entire world. Travels were limited, places have closed. You have to adapt to a new way of living nowadays until we get a hold of this virus and can finally move on. But we are people of habit. We like socializing with others. We like going out, not being able to told or restricting what we do. But it makes sense why we have to do a lot of these things in order to protect ourselves, protect others, and be safe. So this year was the first, well, last year was the first year that I transferred into the emergency room. I was excited and I was also a little terrified of what was to come about. I have been in healthcare for the last 8 years, so it was not new in terms of dealing with patients, working with colleagues and stuff like that. But the workflow was going to be different. And I only saw the normal part of the emergency room for like a couple of months before the pandemic hit us. And literally, I felt like I was in an equal playing field with my other colleagues because everybody was learning as we went. At the beginning, we didn't know how to properly isolate patients in terms of what were criterias that justified a patient being isolated versus others. And we rolled with the punches. And now I think we have a great workflow in terms of questions we have ask patients, ways to sift them out, and the testing for COVID in the emergency room is much faster now. So you get to flip those rooms quickly, getting patients in, getting them out, to make sure that we open up space for those people that really do need to be isolated, and probably they're getting some type of special breathing treatments so that they don't aerosolize everything in the department and keep everybody safe. So a little bit of what I've gone through while working in the emergency room, and I've learned a ton, is first of all, how to protect yourself, the proper ways to put on your PPE, safe ways to take them off, because you never want to cut corners in these things and risk exposing yourself and thus exposing others. So yeah, that was quite the learning experience. Also, everybody has to pull their own weight in the emergency room. Doctors are seeing patient after patient. Nurses have so many patients that they have to see and medicate, and as techs and other staff in the ED, we all have our roles that play into one another. We help each other out to make sure that we function properly, so that the day goes by faster, the day goes by smoothly. Of course, the pandemic is a terrible thing. It has affected a lot of people, like I said, in many ways. I personally wouldn't change anything in terms of the growth I've had as a professional based on the experiences that it has provided for me. Of course, if it could have been avoided, I would totally be more for that. But of course, it is what it is. And for me, I just take all the learning opportunities that I've had, and I feel like I've grown a tremendous amount. As a lot of you know, I'm an aspiring future nurse. I have a bachelor's in psychology, and then I decided to pursue a different career, which was in this case nursing. And I've done a lot to be able to reach that goal. Not only, of course, pursuing my higher education and post-baccalaureate program, but also last year I took advantage of the time that I had and the offer of classes being online in order to obtain my phlebotomy license. So now I feel like I'm taking extra steps into my own career, so that when I finally get to that point where I'm a nurse or I'm in nursing school, I have more skills that will better prepare me to be more successful in the field. What else? A lot of the things in the EDs are still relatively the same. We do have normal patients that are not really like COVID related. And so I've gotten way better at applying splints, at doing a lot of those other regular tech functions, aside from everything COVID related. But it's been an amazing journey. I am glad that now we have a vaccine available. Unfortunately, it has only been made available for certain people that meet certain criterias. In this case, healthcare workers have been given the opportunity to obtain them first. I received mine's a little bit before the end of the year last year, and I have my second dose coming up, and I'm excited to get it done. I think that we are moving in the right direction in terms of, getting a hold of this pandemic, because we are all tired, of course, of having to wear masks, of having to stay indoors, of having to limit our social gatherings, because, like I mentioned, we are all creatures of habit. We like to socialize. We like to go out, have a drink, party, travel. A lot of the things that I had dreams about doing, of course, were halted because of the pandemic. My dream is to, somewhere between the transition of entering nursing school and work, trying to take a vacation that is well overdue. I feel like I've been going to school forever, which is practically the truth. And I'm really excited about being able to travel, hopefully in the near future. But yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys and let you guys know that I'm fine, that I'm doing great, that I'm excited to be able to post videos, of course. I don't have all of the equipment necessary to be able to edit, so I am doing these one take type of videos. I hope you guys bear with me. Currently, I am in a hotel that I'm gracefully being hosted by the state, because I am a healthcare worker, and in order to keep my loved ones safe, I have isolated in my own hotel rooms to be able to protect myself, protect others. And since I am, basically at the eye of the storm in terms of in the emergency room where we get a lot of sick patients coming through those doors, I have been blessed with having the opportunity to have this space and quarantine. So yeah, I hope I can keep up with these videos. It's the beginning of the year. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, to post more videos. I have seen in my channel that a lot of these medical related videos are very popular for me. A lot of people are aspiring to become medical assistants, which I at one point was phlebotomist. I am now a licensed phlebotomist, ER tech, I'm a future nurse. And if you have any questions about school, undergrad, a lot of the knowledge that I have gained throughout the years, I am more than happy to share that knowledge, because I wish I would have had the type of information that I want to put out there that I have now. All that knowledge that I've had, that I have gained through falling and through having all of these hurdles and obstacles that I've gone through. But I'm very excited to be able to share my knowledge to maybe help one of you navigate your career choice and your path easier than the way I did it. I feel like, of course, like I've reinvented the wheel, unfortunately, in my case, because I didn't really have a point of contact with somebody who could tell me, do this in this sequence of orders in order to be successful faster. Again, everything in life, for me, I take as a learning experience. I don't regret anything that I've done up to this point in terms of my career choice. It might have taken me longer. I just turned 27 yesterday. So yes, I am not fully where I want to be. However, I don't regret any of the choices I've made up to this point leading me to my career. I think that all these learning opportunities have made me that much more driven to be a great nurse in the future. A lot of the experience that I have, some students that go into nursing have no medical background prior to going in, and I feel like I have that hands-on advantage of being able to come in seasoned with over 8 years of experience at this point and feel more comfortable, because interacting with people, interacting with patients takes time to develop. You will sometimes get pushback from patients, and you have two types of people: the people that are really, unfortunately, super sensitive or easily distraught by the way a patient might come across. But we just always have to keep in mind that people come into the hospital because they are not feeling well. So they will project all of their feelings, all of their anger of things that they've been suffering for a long time. And you just have to be patient and try to make them as comfortable as possible and not take anything personally. Like I always call it, Q-tip, quit taking it personally. Just continue with your day. Don't let anybody bother you. Surround yourself by amazing people, colleagues, coworkers that will, that are going through the same thing as you are, so that you guys can keep each other sane and continue on pushing. So I'm excited to keep up with you guys. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Remember to check out my Instagram. I'm on there practically all the time, so you can always reach me there. And I'm excited to connect with you guys. So happy New Year, everyone, and excited for what's to come. Bye.